Hi, this is Michael Josephson for the Josephson Institute of Ethics. I want to talk now about the notion of the difference between the various concepts of a boss, a manager, and a leader. You know, a boss is somebody who's assigned and given the authority to be in charge of certain people. And the active verb that you use if there's a boss is he bosses people around, or she bosses people around. Bosses are often not very much value added. In fact, they can often contribute to low morale, because if all they are is a boss and they use their authority, it is not something that necessarily moves the company forward. So you at the very least want everybody who's in the position of an employer, of a boss, to be at least a manager. Because a manager is something that's valuable. A manager manages projects and can also manage the activities of people. But the fact of the matter is a good manager is somebody who's going to get things done. And a good manager has to have both pragmatic skills of knowing how to get the best out of people, to get them to do what you want them to do, to supervise, and the moral courage to enforce whatever is needed, like them being on time or finishing their projects with quality. And also the good manager needs competency. They need to understand the product, they need to understand the service, and they need to have a certain amount of skill. So you can have a pretty good manager who's not a wonderful people person, but is effective at guiding projects. And a good manager is a valuable asset to the company. But what we're hoping for in all organizations is to develop people who move from boss to at least effective manager to leader. And the difference is that a leader not only gets the job done, and not only gets the job done right, but a leader does the right thing. A leader has more vision. A leader has an idea of where we want to go and gets people to want to go there with them. A great leader is somebody that people will follow through fire practically. We've had history full of great leaders because they trust them. There's, by the way, a simple kind of mantra. People don't care how much you know until you know how much you care. And so one of the great qualities of a leader has to convey that notion that I care. Another critical quality of a leader has to be integrity. People have to trust. They have to believe. They have to trust in the competency of the leader, that they really know what they're doing, no matter how well-intentioned they are, but they also have to trust the intentions. They have to trust the consistency. They have to trust that what is being said is what's really meant and you're not being just manipulated. The fact of the matter is as you move in that progression, you often are trying to get people to have confidence in you, even as a boss and certainly as a manager, to have confidence in you. When somebody begins to cross that line to become a good leader, they understand that their best success is to let people have confidence in themselves. You inspire the belief that they can do it, and that you are sort of a catalyst for the things they can do. How much do you multiply the impact that you can have when you have all the people in the organization who are really working at full tilt and trying to get done what they want? So a leader needs integrity, a leader needs vision, a leader needs certainly some of the clear qualities of competence. But the fact is, in the last analysis, a leader needs to care about people and needs to be able to express that, and judges his or her success by whether they have made other leaders. A great leader will not only be productive and improve profits. One of the great tests of a great leader is they will produce more leaders. And I hope you try to be one of those leaders, because in the end, character really does count.